The federal government is back at it with China over the case of the two Michaels. The Prime Minister says it's clear Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor were detained in an obvious attempt to put political pressure on Ottawa over the arrest of Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou. China strongly disagrees and has issued Canada a warning. Our chief political correspondent David Akin is following the increasingly bitter feud. David?
Well, Robin, when China charged the two Michaels, Spavor and Kovrig, last week with spying, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau criticized China for what he called their arbitrary detention, and he called the charges disappointing. Those comments seem to have hit a nerve in Beijing. The recent erroneous remarks made by the Canadian side clearly show that Canada is applying double standards on the so-called judicial independence. China's foreign ministry spokesman said Monday, there is no such thing as arbitrary detention. And spokesperson Zhao Lijian also said Meng's case and the case of the two Michaels were unrelated. Meng Wanzhou's case is totally different from the case of Canadian citizens. Anyone without prejudice would know that clearly. Trudeau, speaking hours later, said it is obvious the two cases are linked.
It has been obvious from the beginning that this was a political decision made by the Chinese government, and we deplore it.
And Trudeau was emphatic when he was asked if his government is considering a trade of Meng for the two Michaels.
No, we're not considering that. Canada has a strong and independent justice system. We will ensure that it goes through its proper forces, and anyone who's considering weakening our values or weakening the independence of our justice system doesn't understand the importance of standing strong on our principles and our values.
Canada also got support Monday from key allies who are speaking up against China's actions. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said last week's charges of spying were, quote, politically motivated and completely groundless. And he, too, is calling for the immediate release of the two Michaels. Robin?
David Akin in Ottawa.